It's day 1566 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. This week's Arukh HaShulchan Yomi is being sponsored by B'Yarson Ezra ben Chana Feigel for his chus for Tzlacha in his new sales venture. You should have tremendous Siyata Dishmaya and Tzlacha. Today we're doing Yoredeya, Siman Shin Yud Gimel, Siv Vav through Sif Tez Zayin. Vav. We're talking about the Isra to make a movement of Chor. Avaram Peisham Shnai Yeshu Derech HaChes Zel. The Rama has a different approach. Zel Shona. Davar Baru Hazeh. It's clear. Davar Baru. It's clear. Shezah Kastor that this official who made the movement of Bukhar. Let's come El Kdeshi Asa Bo Mum. He really had in mind to make it in a movement. It wasn't out of anger. It was deliberately to make a movement of Bukhar. But since he happened did this on his own initiative, so we didn't command him to do it. Allowed to shecht on the basis of this move. If he has a regular intent for this, so it's as if we command him to do this. Because of that, so Ram writes explicitly, even that it might be matter. So since we didn't request him to do it, mutter it's permissible. Okay, it's because of Arab is Elshana. The no right something similar. Even though he had in mind to make the mum, came into Shalomi Das. He saw also since he didn't do it on the intent of a Jew. Shalomi Skamin Lasos Nachas Ruach Yisrael. He did not do it in order to give a benefit to a Jew. When he saw, however, that they permitted the Bechor on the basis of this mum, and then he started doing it to the ears of other Bechorim, in order to make a give benefit to the Jews. As if the Jews said to him, that he should make the move. Also, at that point, it becomes Aser Kan L'Shono. The brackets it says, "Tesis Yontif here keep the Rabbi the Rashi Ayin Sham." Tesis Yontif puts the Rav together with the Rashi with Volav Timun's words are astonishing. The Rav Shitas of Rambam, the Bartanur goes in the Shita of Rambam. So Tesis Yontif Eichlo Evi the Rambam. So why didn't the Tesis Yontif bring down the Rambam? The Zayin B'Zel Shana Rambam B'Chiburo. This is the way what the Rambam writes in the Mishnah Torah, based in Ches. Oshama Akom he told to Nanjul Hatir B'Mum. He told the non-Jew to make a mum. I raise the issue if you can't check the base of that mum. Zach Cloud's general principle. Kol mum she'osa l'dato, any mum that he makes for the intent of the Jew, for the intent of the Jew is also. Now such l'dato is not done for the intent of the Jew. I raise the sheikh of the love, then he could check the base of that mum. However, l'nas abedaitos is not done for his intent. So he writes Mishnais, it seems explicit. Rashi Rambam pleaded Rashi Rambam argued. Rashi said has to do with specifically because he had of anger, not in order to be matir or bechor. The Tanan Zaklau we learned the Shem Bizzle Kosher Daito Osir Shlo Daito Mutter. Anything which is for the das of the Jew is also, anything not das of the Jew is mutter. The Ram Parish the Daito di Israel. Ram explains that means as long as it's not for the intent of the Jew. Rash Be'Hasham Koshu das latir mum latir mum discarding. He had in mind to do it in order to make a mum. Discarding latir in order to permit it, regardless if he did it for on the Jew's intent or not. Rashi Agirs L'das. According to Rashi, Yosef should be das, in other words, with intent. But Akum Kai is going to go himself. He had in mind to do it for the. He had in mind to do it for the purpose of making moon to Imate Bechor. Not like the Rambam, Skirsa, for Lo L'dato, not like Yos L'daito. I feel he goes to Daito, and even if it says Daito, it's not like the Ramos, the Daito goes on the Jew, but it's going al Kamon al Akum is going on the Goy. The brackets said, if children made a mum while playing with the animal, and if God made it for on its own intent, I raise a shchot alav, most of the tiro if he didn't want to be macho. This has to do with doing it on the basis of a request of the owner, and evidently the Kedanim case story, but also some sort of request issue. I guess that's what would make it Osir. Anyway, Cheslevi said Mashkasa Rabbeinu says what the Beis says was Sif Gimel. Imam Lakuti Sam Shalreses provides you the told the non-Jewish servant in the Jew's household Al Bechor concerning the Bechor. She'ein lo chla b'lamum, they can't eat without a mum. B'hocha, and she went v'chatcha ozon, and she cut the ear. Chashuv l'das is considered to be intentional. V'ein shochlin masohav, he can't shecht on the base of that mum. She keeping the latiro because she had in mind to be mit the Bechor. V'kam omrim lo she'einu ne'achal b'lamum, and also people told her that we can't eat without a mum. Keeping the l'kach she'tat b'lamum, they had in mind that she should make the mum. Well, that's the quote from the Mesilas. This can be explained either way. Initially he's saying the chashuv l'das, that it's considered to be intentional. Rashi l'dat. That's according to Rashi's interpretation, which would mean l'dat taught, it's meant by the das of the servant. Rambam l'das ba'abais. Rambam, it's l'das means l'das ba'abais. So the word l'das can mean l'dato, the das of the servant, or l'dato, the das of the babos. That's that which includes, and since he had in mind to be matir, it's asur. That's according to Rashi. The people who told her had that in mind. Asur, that's also according to the das of the Rambam. So he has, but he says it includes both. Unfortunately, I have difficulty with this. I'm astonished. Freshman Rashi Rambam, they didn't understand. See, it's between the Rashi and the Rambam. In brackets, he says, Taz has a long and difficult approach, and went into a very remote way of understanding. Also difficult. Perhaps he says not have in mind, says also my interpretation. He's including both the Rashi and the Rambam. We know that it's a famous Tumin, the Yersin Eifshitz, who says that the Shulchan Aruch and Ramah are written with Ruach HaKodesh, and obviously they have Siyata Dishmaya, the Chavin L'shonim K'Halacha, to be precise in the language according to Halacha. Moshe Kasam L'Siman Yud Siv Gimel. I guess Shulchan brings that down there in that area there, which we didn't learn. Ayin Sham Batur B'Shitas B'Rashi Ayin Sham. Okay, and so those are the Rashi, but the Mesilas is going with both. Test. Finds by today become clear. Shai Yisrael. Im also grumble the mum. If they saw did a causation for the mum. Oshich also davar machos to put food on the ear. Oshich ben barza v'shashi shos chuches. He put he led the bchor between, I guess, metal edges, sharp metal edges, or sharp glass. Kadesh tikta yado, such as at the amputate the hand, chayotz etc. Ain't shochin love, you can't check on that basis. Because the Ram says, we knew shasa maaseh. We see him that does a maisa ha margu, which is likely latil bo mum, to create a mum. Enough of bo mum, when the mum occurs. If anything is kavim mum zeh or lo is kavim, don't they had in mind this mum or not? I raise the loish love, can't check on this basis. Kate side out. So going to Nestle Sarim b'makom dachuk, such as he put barley for the animal in a place which is very narrow, misurag b'kotsim, which is lined with thorns. Became cha'acha, once he ate them, nechlek aspa, so it split his lip. Even if the owner was a chaver who we would not suspect him normally to do such things, love can't check on that basis. So based on the Gemara, the two of Shulchan and the two of Shulchan also bring this down. Once children playing in the field, because they tied the tails of goats to each other. One of them's tails got severed. And it was a bechor. This case in bechor is taflamatay. So the children say, "Oh, they're matir." The caution is love as bechor machem. So they tied the tails of other bechorim. For us, already chazal aser. This seems if adults did this, I feel it was chok b'alma, even as a game, also upon Rishon, so us even the first time around. For me, we say they had a mind to permit it. They're not believed to say that they only had mind to play a game. Sometimes even an adult makes a mum, and even deliberately, and even with his own hands, and it's permissible. Such as the Bechor was pursuing him. It's the firstborn bull. And the person kicked the Bechor with his leg, made a mum, came it's clearly seen, recognizable. They did this in order to save himself. It's not considered that he did it in order to be matir the Bechor. But I feel even kicked him after he was saved. It was frustration, anger. It's also mutter. Say he remembered his anguish, and therefore kicked him. So it's only kicks immediately after the pursuit. If its time is elapsed, it also makes sense to say it's also. From this we can extrapolate to all similar cases. Yud Beis. Kasser Rabbeinu HaRamah. The Ramah writes. Your 10. To be oriented. Kasser Rabbeinu was based in Kuti Mesech Vidaito. If a non-Jew comes and tells us innocently, and says a Jew commanded him to direct him to make the move, it's forbidden. Though we hold that when he says something innocently, he's not believed to be machmir because I'm seeing him at that side. Shani Ochach kind of came here. It's different because it's quite likely. Makes sense to say that's what happened. But okay, if not, why the Kudi made a move? It's not asked. It's a shock. Pashadu the Zelk Shani saw Machish is only where the Jew doesn't contradict him. The Jew is not around to ask. And Machish denies it, then the Kuti is not believed. It's a task. All these laws which are clarified here in terms of kavana or no kavana, and there's no difference whether the owner at the moment is the Yisrael or a Kohen. But it says in brackets came over two of our prayer and pisha. And then he says about time he's very Simon Shin Yudal to be clarified next Simon. Yurima Okas of Sivakim also and Sivakim Mutlitin Bechor Lukuti they had allowed to give a Bechor to non-Jew to raise it. The meet Shomer Bo Mum Mutter. And if the person watching the Bechor made a mum in it, it's permissible. Let me say the Kim of the Etir that he had a right to be matir it. Abi Shodesh Shit Mumo Shul Bechor, even though he knows that it's mutter with a mum and that it's a bechor. I can't show the valley looking at it because he never doesn't want to be matter. He's going to lose either on the contrary. He's going to lose business, right? Who wrote shloish do? He wants the animal not be slaughtered. So the god kivnu. He has in mind to make money by raising it. For him, makabel schleim is got this, and the more it survives, the more money he's going to get. It's the shach. Meshkas of Loshin said there's those who write the following: Masha the few, but kohen mutter b'zeh. Sounds like it's mutter even if the owner is a kohen. So okay, lami and Naaman. Why would he be believed? Interesting. Kohen, why, in this case, why would the Kohen be believed? Kohen wouldn't be believed. We'd assume he made the mum. Let's assume he told the Kuti to make the mum. It's not difficult. There's no difference in showing Yisrael Kohen in all these halachos have to move in front of the time she's bar, especially according to the reason that said that okay, the Kohen might want to be mutter, but the guy is wearing cross purposes. He wants to be awesome. It's not lose his income. And yes, I need to feel einam kabas char mutter. So it's big chiddush. Says even the guy is not getting paid mutter. The alpia dinim she's bar before the kosh ein lo raish osam midas Yisrael or chashin klau. That's because based on what we said, and as long as you don't have evidence, he's doing it because of the directive of the Jew, we're not concerned. Rashi lo chashin shekim and shetiro, but Rashi not concerned that the guy had in mind to be matzeret. Rashi we said before. Yudam nimtza b'tshuvas Aruzah could find for Aruzah's following story. Ma'aseh b'choshemus. Aruzah likes the Aruzah. Ma'aseh b'choshemus Yisrael l'shomer. Kuti is the ma'aseh of the Bechor, which was. Yisrael gave to a shomer who was not Jewish. For lo mishpat maves l'kovro shalem ba'oro. And the halacha is that eventually he's going to have to bury it whole with its hide. And the goyim, they looked into it. They researched this matter. And they told him that, well, with the mum it's okay. And the end indicated that this was the case, because he came treacherously to the owner of the Bechor. Know that I castrated the Bechor. And the Kudi understood that this is the truth. In fact, this would be that would be the shosak. The Jew came and saw it was not castrated and remained silent. Was just a miyad. Then we left. The guy went and did castrate the Bechor. A strange story. Also, Bechor had to gomer. That Bechor is completely mutter. I can't listen. Ish goes to tosu. That's a shach. Same says a mistake. Kain Tzachar should say it's a gomer. It's completely also. That's basically true. And then it's Moshe. Kain okay, it's not true. The head is came Razua. Sim Tavshin Nun Beis. So say I chum shim say het the gomer. It says no Razua het the gomer. My you have bisol but he goes and it goes on. It says just in case there was tosu atfus. Who would give us from its meat and we would eat it? Shita is a Rambam Shabiyanu. So obviously, Rambam said the kosher shalol das he saw mutar. I feel coming outside anytime it's not with the Jews' directive or not for the Jews' intent. It's mutar. Then this is also mutar. I feel shita is Rashi. Bush on the mutar. According to Rashi, that's going to be mutar. Kosher omer l'maula kutim elin kene yabo mum. Anytime they say to the kutim this language. Unless it had a mum, Masha Shipom Elab, it sounds like it has to come on its own. So therefore the Kuti would not make the mum because he would think that it has to happen on its own. Einsham Shmei Kain. See that he explains it there. Pshita, the Kimin, the Das Ram, the Kim, Das Ram Mutter. I guess in any event, since going to Rambam, it's Mutter, Yesh Laka, one can be lenient. Okay, I guess he's not sure that's going to be Mutter according to Rashi, but he says that name it's according to Rambam, it's okay. So it's something where it's okay, Rashi. In any event, he was matir it. Tesvav. If I told me the rice of b'chor about mum over a b'chor in which a mum over a temporary mum occurs, mutar asos mum kavua, you're allowed to make it a permanent blemish. Interesting. See, tummy yellow ratzon l'akroba. If it's tamim l'ratzon, in other words, it's right now roy to be sacrificed. Oz le'esa b'mum, then you should make a mum. Mashrein shesh mum as opposed to when it hasn't. Making it a permanent mum even when it has a temporary mum. After a mum kavua, so it's well mum. Even already has a permanent mum, you can't make another mum. It brings down the brackets showing Gemara. I'm going based on the mountain mum about mum, and that's where it says that you can't make the sheet. You can't make a mum and a about mum. Also, even if it's a mum, you can't make another mum. The local rabbanon not distinguish. Tezayin. A b'chor which has a blood condition which requires ein lo refuah elai da'kaza can't be healed unless you do bloodletting. Because if they don't let the blood in the makom chosim b'mo kavua, a place where it's going to make actually a permanent mum. Yomusi amudai chashi talk about mum. It's considered now already like a mum. Shein l'cha mum gadol mizeh shein yochel l'chil. It's no greater mum than it can't survive. Come levas ein zeh mum kavua l'shchot alav. It's not like a permanent mum to shecht right now. El k'mu over. But like a temporary move, they should go put in the shofar because you can heal it. Pav shofar hidemu. The refuah is by making a move. Nevertheless, this disease will pass. Right now, it's not yet a mukavor. What are you allowed? What can you do? Chazal allowed you to let the blood make the permanent boom. We said in previous sip that Rabbanan goes over. Rabbanan did not let you make a mum kavua place as a mum over. Nevertheless, we can't low goes. He didn't make a gzer kadesh le'amus. No, the animal shouldn't die. But if he did do the bloodletting and the mum occurred, if you can check that basis, please Rabbi Shimon Racham, it's machlekes. Shimon said the shechan Shimon says that that's sufficient to shech on it. But when said it ain't shech on it, one hold you can't shech on it. Actually, have a boom acher until it gets another mum. Ram posik karash v'arosh. Ram posik karash or Rabbi Shimon. Sorry, the Ram passes like the Rosh. The Rabbi Shimon and Rosh posik Rabban. The Rosh passes Rabban. But he says you see above pasak Rambam, which would be lenient. But shlotir kavanasa lassos bomum as long as you didn't have that kavanah deliberately to make an actual mum. And that's it for today.